Well, we continue our series, Selling Girls, this evening, and tonight's story focuses on the resources available in Central Texas to help victims of trafficking.
Channel 6 News reporter Heidi Alagha joins us now with more.
Well, Doug, Leslie, with over 300,000 people being trafficked in the state of Texas alone, organizations are opening their doors and providing those people with a safe place to stay and services to use, hoping to help save a life, one victim at a time. While every victim of human trafficking has a different story, Cami Diaz with the Central Texas Youth Services believes all victims have one thing in common.
Somewhere in there, there's a survivor. I have not met someone who has gone through an experience or participated in those activities that didn't have some sort of trauma in their background. Nobody wakes up and says, oh, you know what, this is what I'm going to do today.
And because of that reality, organizations in Central Texas like Unbound are extending out a helping hand.
We're there to meet those basic needs initially, so we find that once those basic needs and safety are taken care of, then they can actually start to think and process what just happened.
They can come to us if they need help between the ages of 15 to 25, no requirements. And then with that, we will offer the option for them to access case management, employment, therapeutic groups.
Providing victims with plenty of resources to heal and recover from the trauma they've experienced.
So it can be very difficult helping them to understand initially that they actually are a victim because they don't always see themselves as a victim.
The number of victims that are using these services is rising.
Last year, Unbound served 19 victims total. This year, we've already served 44.
That's just the people who are self-identifying.
About every 8 individuals that we work with having been exploited or trafficked.
Or admitting that love blinded them into the situation.
The trafficker, we call it boyfriending. So it starts out as, you know, I love you, I want to be with you, you deserve better than this, and then it quickly turns into abuse and trafficking, and if you love me, you'll do this.
That trauma bond makes the jobs of these service providers that much more difficult.
A mixture of affection and abuse, and that is very hard to break.
Aside from helping victims, these services were created to raise awareness in the community. Through walks and school talks, there's still a resistance from families when it comes to the issue.
Most parents think that's not going to happen to my kids.
But the sad reality is traffickers target anyone they can. And with social media being easily accessible, it makes it that much easier to reach out to young children.
Usually at the conclusion of some of our trainings, we've had kids raise their hand and self-identify.
And for those kids afraid to self-identify, Central Texas Youth Services wants you to know one thing.
That we are safe, that we do not judge. I think that's one of the most important things is we know that life is tough. We know that many people have been through many things.
To learn more about Unbound and Central Texas Youth Services, head to our website, KCENTV.com, and be sure to tune in to Channel 6 News Weekend Edition Sunday night to hear one survivor's incredible story after being trafficked 3 different times in her life. It's a story you don't want to miss. Doug, Leslie?
All right, thanks, Heidi.